Hello, this is Nancy Gamso with part 2 of using audio slow motion with my play-along tracks. Efficient technical practice means that we spend a lot of time working on technique in our practice sessions. So we'll be looking at a couple techniques in this video. Slow practice, the microscope view, in order to notice details, and backwards practicing for endurance and technique. So we'll be looking at the first clarinet part for the Scherzo from the Grand Trio Opus 90 by Kuhlau. It's published in the Chamber Music for 3 Clarinets, Volume 2. The section that is particularly challenging for the first clarinet player are measures 13 through 52. This poses some problems with endurance. There's very little time to breathe or to let the embouchure relax. There are some problematic rhythms primarily because the tempo is very fast, and there are a lot of staccato passages. So let's notice a couple things right away. When we do slow practice, maybe even starting with a quarter note at 126, we might have noticed that there are lots of different articulations. Here's an example. So we have quarter note staccato, and soon after that we have quarter note followed by eighth note staccato. And then slurred passages. Then we have some syncopation. And you might wonder why I consider that syncopation. Remember that our tempo is quite fast, and those accented notes happen on counts 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Here's the tempo. So you can see how that could pose a problem. So using slow practice, probably with the quarter note clicking first of all, instead of the dotted half, as I just demonstrated, would be a way to practice that. So just to make sure that the rhythms and the staccatos, the slurs, were all in place. So once you've sped that up from a slow tempo to a point where you can feel the tempo in 1, you are ready for some backwards practicing. So what we want to do is split this section in roughly half. So if we consider the repeat, then we have 4 sections to work with. So if I split it in half, then I can play the last quarter, the last half, the last 3 quarters, and the whole thing to encourage my endurance. So let me just demonstrate. All right, so we're all set. I've used the slow downer with the -1 tracks, and I have made a notation in the music where we have each quarter of our passage. So we'll be starting in the last quarter, which starts at 118. Okay, now we can go back and do the passage the second time through. Through. measure 13. Summarize, efficient technique practicing could include a lot of things. Using slow motion, microscopic view by slowing it down. So orally you have a microscope on what you're playing and how you're playing it. And backwards practicing for endurance and technique. So join us again for videos for my play-along, -1 play-alongs for chamber music for flute and clarinet. Thank you very much.